And whenever you're ready.
Are you rolling? Is this some sort of...
Rolling.
There's no red light. Surely. This camera, she lies.
I'm rolling.
Okay, we're rolling. Hi, I'm Mike Lord, director of WYE. Welcome to WYE, the wonderful world of WYE, which I got to conceive as well.
Will you give me a tour on the set in terms of design, please? As in what you did. Come on then. He's given me a quick tour of the set in terms of design.
The first thing about the set is when people all look at it and who haven't really noticed is everything is slightly raked. It's a theatrical term. It basically forces the eye to be drawn down the area. For the corridor itself is raked in, wider at this end, short at that end, to create a pull for the eye towards the end. It occurs in the room itself and also in the corridor. Most of the corners themselves as well, to add up the effect, aren't actually 90 degrees, they're slightly over. It also makes it easier for camera work to happen, gives them more area. Door, the wonderful, wonderful door that took all of 9 hours, and we've already said the help of the guy in the woodwork department, which the media department doesn't even know about. Working hatch, reinforced, no painted. Again, room raked. Random bits of wood quite recycled from a pallet. Next to the bins, ripped apart, nailed to the window to create a barred effect. Some random metal as well that Michael really wanted to use. And all the rubbish and stuff's been found in quite a debate to create an air of dystopia and crap.
I'm Dan, I'm director of photography. I'm in charge of capturing actual images of the film. Obviously I'm in league with everybody else to do with the visual development of the film, like Light Girl and Computer Man.
So this is the way we've lit it at the minute, which is subject to change, but if we throw the house lights on, there you go, you can see better the set.
Now if you come around the back you can actually see what the work is. Obviously everything's been braced up so that we can actually have a character leaning against a wall. Now, next thing supervisor advised that we punch about 3K's worth of light through this window. Obviously due to light sources that were available, we've tried to put as much through. We've got about 2.5K being bounced off this big whiteboard to make it look like a early morning sort of quite a bleached blue light. The same again, we're using the rig, which is overhead, to fire in as much light as possible. Now, here we have obviously more lights being used for the second window at the same angle to try and make it seem pretty much natural. And again, bracing up, so at the corner point here is where the door is. Obviously you've got to make sure there's no light comes through the cracks, so we've actually taped up the entire front corner. But yeah, come around your back, right round again to the corridor. Fun time.
Do you want to tell me what your
and my role in the film WYE is lighting. There wasn't much for me to do at first because in the first few scenes were all outdoors, so it was only a bit of reflecting and bouncing to do. However, now we're in the studio, obviously I've got all the equipment I need to get the exact look we're going for.
Okay, I'm Michael. I'm the editor for this production on WYE. My job's basically to piece the footage together that the guys film me, well Dan here films, and make something linear out of it.
Alright, my name's Jonathan Boddy, and on this project of WYE I primarily am taking the role of sound.
I play a character called Steve, and I'm playing Gernsback. Yes, he keeps calling him Gernsback, but
he's being Greenback. He's being Greenback. He's being Greenback. It's been Gern's back.
I'm
Brian.
Steve or Stephen.
Wilma.
He was once Wilma. And we've got, of course, Steve.
Okay,
Steve. I love that. But yeah, so we've sort of been drafted in to do some crazy nightmarish end of the world scenario with brooms and axes and fantastic gas masks and beards, lots of beards.
There's a lot of beards on
There's a
site.
lot of beards. Yeah.
Tori's sporting a fine one at the moment, which is hiding behind the camera.
Unfortunately, the thing I'm most offended by, she has a much more spectacular moustache than me.
No, that's true. I was fine tuning mine till I met Tori, but never mind.
I'm totally gonna cut this out.
Totally a mask.
I'm Jenny Burbeck. I'm Babushka lady, and I got the role because Dan worked for about 4 days on my dissertation, so I said I'd help him on his.
Brilliant. So can you tell her a little bit about the acting experience that you've had?
Pretty nerve-wracking, to be honest. Not done anything like this before, but everyone's been so relaxed, so friendly, really comforting about it as well. And I honestly thought I couldn't do it, but I actually managed to. It's been really realistic and an excellent experience.
And how have, oh, I see you've already answered my how have you enjoyed being on set question.
It was fantastic!
Ça se passe, j'ai sur mon lit à bouffer sa langue en buvant trop mon whisky. Quant à moi, peu dormi, vie débris, mais j'ai dû dormir dans la gouttière où j'ai eu un flash. En 4 couleurs. Allez hop, un matin, une louloute est venue chez moi, poupée de cellophane, cheveux chinois, un sparadrap, une gueule de bois, a bu ma bière dans un grand verre en caoutchouc. Comme un indien dans son igloo. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Allez hop, la nana, quel panard, quelle vibration de s'envoyer sur paillasson. Limé, ruiné, vidé, comblé. You are the king of the divan, qu'elle me dit en passant. I am the king of the divan. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Allez hop, t'occupe, t'inquiète, touche pas ma planète. Today, que le ciel me tombera sur la tête et que la colle me manquera. Ça plane pour moi. C'est barré, enfin c'est marre à tout casser. Les